Hello everyone, so it's back to school. It's time for back to school haircuts. I'm going to show you how to do this cute haircut that I did on my little boy. It's got a nice distinct part on the one side and rounded out and blended on the other side. It's super easy and I'm going to walk you through how to do it so you can do it on your own children. So first I'm going to start by spraying the hair, making sure, try not to get that bottom part wet if you can help it. You're going to give them a nice distinct part where you want it. I always kind of go right where the recession is of the hair and pulling that over. This part you cannot redo, so make sure you're nice and picky with where that part is. So I'm taking a number 1 guard and I'm going to pull it up and making sure not to ride my clippers out at all. I am cutting all of that hair off on the bottom, making sure not to touch the part that I've parted over. I'm going to cross direct it, going back to make sure that I got any stray strands that were left out, and making sure not to go back too far. I stop at about where the cowlick is at on the head. Riding the clippers up and out when you get to the top is the best way to keep your blending looking nice and making it easier on you. So once again, I pointed, make sure not to touch that cowlick. Again, riding up and out with your clippers, and I'll show you in a little bit how to make it easier to blend that line. All right, so going back to the cowlick, we're gonna do the number 1 still, going and riding up and out, then pull your guard back so you're at a 1.5, and again, go up, ride up and out, making sure not to touch any of that long hair that you've left out. All right, so now we're gonna spray the hair and we're gonna establish the length on the top. You're gonna comb up in the front and make it as long as you want it. I like to leave mine just a little bit longer in the front and get shorter as I work my way back. But here's the part that's going to be really important with having that distinct line on the side. On the side that has the part, you're going to make sure to leave that side nice and square. You're not going to round it out. The other side, round it out and tighten it into the head. Leaving that other side long is what is going to make the hair look more parted than if you were to round it out. That is the main part of this haircut, is leaving that one side long. Now I'm taking the hair and I'm working my way back, like in a mohawk almost, and I'm cutting the length in the back as long as I did in the front. This is going to create a guide for you. So now as you see, when I pull the hair up, that center part is acting as a guide so that I know how long to cut everything else on the head. So you're working your way back, pulling up, cutting off the excess hair, and matching it up with that middle part. Now for this part, you're going to take your fingers and make sure not to touch that side part. You're going from the cowlick back, and I am taking my fingers and I am tightening them up next to the head, as tight as I can get them. This is going to help with blending the line. I'm trying to cut it as short as I can to blend it in with the number 1. This is going to make it so when you go back through doing scissor over comb that you do not have as much hair to work with. This is what's going to make your blending the easiest. The less you have to do scissor over comb, the easier it's going to be for you. Once again, this part I'm going back through, making sure that that corner is taken off and that it's nice and rounded out to help with blending and helping it lay good. Here is where we're going to do scissor over comb. So you're going to take your comb and you're going to ride it up the head, nice and square. You'll see where the stray hairs are that are hanging out. You'll take your shears and just cut them off. This is what is going to get rid of the harsh line and help with blending. The back part is harder. Try your best to do it the best that you can. But once you get done doing the scissor over comb, I always like to go through on that back part where the hair is a little bit thicker, and I pull my hands and I do the cutting over my fingers again. Cross-checking is the biggest part of haircuts. There are things that you may have missed that you think that you got, but when you go back over, you'll see that you missed them. Like you can see on the top of the head right there. Oh, I'm showing you. Make sure not to touch that hair up in the front. But right here you can see I've missed all of these hairs right there. So cut those off to help with the blending, help rounding it out. Oh, put your head up, buddy. So cutting that off to help with the blending. Once again, I'm going back through the haircut. I'm checking my length, checking to make sure there's no stray hairs, checking to make sure everything's rounded off and nice and square on the side with the part. Okay, so now I'm taking my texturizing shears and I'm pulling my comb back through the hair, and I'm taking my texturizing shears and I'm running them over the top of the hair. He does not have thick hair. He actually has very fine hair, but fine hair tends to show the chop marks and cut marks in the hair a lot more than thick hair does. So this will help with making the hair look nice and soft and not choppy. Now I'm taking my regular shears, just making sure that those little stray hairs are cut off and that they look good in the front. Now I'm taking my Peanuts and I'm gonna go and give him a nice little sideburn, going up over the ear and cleaning up any of those stray hairs that were left, giving him a nice square neckline, and just cleaning him up really good. All right, now for the styling. I like to use Short Sexy Hair's Hard Up Gel. I've used it for years with my boys. It holds their hair great. So take it, run it through the hair, comb the hair over to the side, helping with that part, pull the bang up, and then I like to do the rest with my hands. I like it to look nice and messy and not so like combed over and sleek. So there you have it, guys. Look how cute he is. The easiest haircut, I promise you guys, it's easier than it looks. Great back to school cut, simple. Oh, bless you, buddy. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope it was helpful. Make sure and like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. Help me grow my channel. And look at that little stud muffin. Thanks so much for watching, you guys.